What is up, FPG fam? Further here. So in my last video, I provided you the condensed version for the closed beta preview, just gave you all the important information that you would want to know if you missed out on it. Now in today's video, I wanted to pick apart the closed beta preview and point out some things that you might have missed and that I also missed upon first viewing this, because sometimes when you're seeing something for the first time, the hypeness can blind you to things that you might have noticed that you didn't initially. So that's what I want to do in today's video. If you do enjoy, go ahead and drop a like, sub if you do. I would love to have you stick around, join the FPG fam. And if you notice anything additional that I did not touch on, which I probably going to be the case, make sure to drop it in the comments down below. It's greatly appreciated. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. And we're going to start off with the initial beginning leading up to the preview. Before it even started, the Wuthering Waves development team, what they were showing were what I would consider different areas within the game of Wuthering Waves and the different unions or factions. Now the reason why I state that is because in this one you can see the panda squirrel rabbit like thing here, that symbol, and we're gonna take a deep dive here in just a second. They showed this area, and I think this was very important. I think they were doing this because they wanted to show off the different areas. I think they wanted to show the diversity and the uniqueness of each area. Not every area looks the same, that there is differences and there's different color palettes, and I think they did that for a purpose, for a specific reason. As you can see, each area is lit differently, each area has different brightness, so I think this was all done on purpose leading up to the preview. And then they show this one right here. Now the reason why I state that this could be the different unions and the different areas and the different factions is because in some of them you can see the symbol. So you can see the symbol right here. And then if we go back, like I mentioned, you can see that symbol of the panda-like animal right there. Now, if we back out of here, and if we go to the concept trailer that they provided about a month ago, and you've probably seen this already, but as you can see, we have that symbol right there, which we just saw on that one area, and then we have the panda. So, like I mentioned, I think these are the different unions that they were showing in the different areas within Wuthering Waves, which I thought was really nice right before the preview even started. Now, the next thing I did want to point out is when the preview actually starts, they go into this type of trailer right here. And once again, I think Wuthering Waves, the development team, is really trying to show the different areas within the game of Wuthering Waves and to show you the diversity, show you the uniqueness of each area, and to show you that not only is it dark in tone, but it does have some colorful aspects to it. I've been seeing this rampant on Twitter and in different parts of the community, that people are saying Wuthering Waves is just dull and bland and doesn't have a good color palette. And I think that the Wuthering Waves development team were trying to debunk that notion by showing these different areas, showing different colors. You've seen the purples, the pinks, and showing how bright and colorful that it actually can be within this game, and that there's multiple different areas to view and to see, and that it's not all just bland and colorless and dull. There actually is some color to this game and some bright and vibrancy to it also, and I think they wanted to display that variety and show you that. So I think they did this all on purpose, the beginning initial before the preview, and now showing this as well. Also, another thing that I did want to go ahead and give Kuro some kudos on is showing both the male MC and the female MC and them having both their own time to shine. I thought that was a really nice touch and subtle that maybe people didn't pick up on. That transition was godlike, by the way, as well. But the female and the male MC both had their time to shine, and I think there was equal opportunity for both to be shown, and I think they did that masterfully. So it shows that both characters are going to be extremely important no matter which ones you choose. They're both going to be represented equally, and I thought that was a nice touch. Now, I wanted to go ahead and discuss the gameplay at this point right here. One thing I did want to note, because we haven't seen this just yet, I don't believe, but the MC Concerto effect you can see is an hourglass once it's full. That was really nice to see. And then we have Donjin come out, and Donjin, one thing I did want to note that I didn't really actually show is that once she does her ult, the full Concerto effect is there, and it's Havoc is Donjin's Concerto element. So I wanted to notate that because I didn't pick up on that last time, but as soon as she did the ult, it was filled and she was ready to use it, and it was Havoc. And you can see that this character, I'm gonna butcher her name, I'm so sorry, Tauchi, I know I butchered it, I'm really sorry, but she's Havoc as well. And I hope to get some more information, like an archive that we have for Donjin and Jian. I hope to get an archive for Tauchi. I butchered it, I'm so sorry, because She seems really cool, and she's of the Havoc type, and she has a great sword and just awesome design. So I hope we get some more information there. Now, I did want to go and slow it down even more for this character right here. I'm going to assume this is an enemy or a boss possibly. But one thing that I did want to really quickly notate is the outfit. This outfit is very similar to like the MC's outfit, or I should say outfits to characters or resonators that are from the Huanglong faction or Union. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at this belt line, a lot of the belt line design right here is very similar to the rovers right here. As you can see, very similar to the MC rover as well. It just has some similarities. If we take a look at Jiyan as well, just kind of similar. It just falls in line with like the belt design. It just seems like it's from the Huanglong faction. Now I could be wrong, right? She may not be, or it may not be, and I don't know if this is. I assume this is going to be a boss and not necessarily a playable character. If it's a playable character, that would be fantastic, but may not be. But I did want to go ahead and point that out. Just some similarities, right? Now this character right here, a fan favorite already within the community. This character has some similarities to the Huanglong faction as well. And what I'm more referencing is just the overall design. The character design is very Huanglong-like, if that's even a thing. But notably, I wanted to point out the hair right here. This hair accessory. I'll go ahead and state that. This hair accessory, and then the hair accessory down here. And then there's just the overall design of the character is very Huanglong-like, because if we go back over to the characters once again, you can see that that hair accessory is very prevalent on Huanglong female rovers, or characters, I should say, resonators. You can see they all have hair accessories like that, and they also have the ones down towards the bottom. If we go over to the rover here, you can see it right here, and then you can see it on the female rover right here. Just very similar, like that tassel. So once again, I don't know if that's going to be a boss or a playable character, but I just wanted to point out those similarities are there. So I'm going to assume they're from the Huanglong faction or Union just because of that. But one other thing that I did want to note about this character as well. Now this is just pure speculation. A lot of this is pure speculation. This appears to be from a trailer that's going to be in-game, maybe part of the story. We have Shenhua here. And the thing that I noticed between these two in particular, I don't know if this was a cut or an edit, but I have a sneaky suspicion, this is going to be my speculation, is that this character right here and Shenhua are sisters. And the reason why I say that as well is because there's just this dichotomy that I see between the two. So the unknown character is in all white, has long hair, and has very similar attributes and design to Shenhua. But Shenhua has short hair, dark design in terms of her outfit, and it looks like they're battling in this trailer, and then it cuts to this scene right here. So I just have a feeling that they're sisters, and there's something there between the two. Very interesting to see how that might play out. Now we're going to move on to the new resonators that they showed. Obviously they showed the old ones and there were some great redesigns there, but nothing really to point out in particular when it comes to the old resonators. Now one thing I did want to mention is that Baileon, you can see her forte on her thigh, which was spectacular by the way. I think she's such a great looking character, but I did want to talk about the new resonators, starting with this individual right here. I don't know if he has a name just yet. But one thing that I did want to point out is that because he's so heavily covered in his outfit, most of his skin is covered. You can't see his forte. I tried looking for it, I can't find it, so I'm not sure where his forte is. Another thing that I did want to mention is I'm not sure what union or faction this individual is from, just because there's nothing that really indicates it outwardly. Usually it's on their outfit or some type of symbol that they have on them, or on an accessory that they have. But unfortunately, this individual, I cannot find anything in regards to it. So that's one thing that I did want to note right off the bat with this guy. Other than that, he's drippy. He looks great. And I do enjoy the fact that in the preview, they did show a lot of husbandos, because there's going to be now, I believe, with the introduction of these two new ones, a great mix between waifus and husbandos. And you're going to have everybody satisfied, at least up until this point so far. And it's always good to have that mixture, like a nice mix between the two. so that way everybody's satisfied, everybody's happy. And you know, they're great looking characters nonetheless. The mechanical arm is one that we already knew about, so he does use the fists and then he does use the legs. Now, one thing that I did miss out on is this pillar right here that's on the ground. Now this looks very similar to what this individual throws down initially, but when they throw it down, you don't see it stay, so I'm not sure how it stays, but I guess we'll get more information about that here in just a second. But it looks like a thing that's down. Here we go, that thing right there, but as you can see, when he smashes it, it doesn't stay there, so I'm not sure how it stays there, but it probably an effect that boosts his attack or boosts something, or maybe debuffs the enemy or keeps the enemy in place, or just has the enemy take more damage over time, right? But the mechanical arm, so it's a mixture of legs and arms, and then we have the big ultimate here. But like I mentioned, if you take a look, you just I can't see the forte anywhere, so I'm gonna assume it's on some part of his body, but he's heavily clothed, so you can't really see it anywhere. Just a big punch, electric. And that's another thing, we can't see his concerto next to him, they don't show it, so I'm not too sure exactly which one it is, or at least the name of it. We obviously know he's lightning or electric, but just I don't know the name of it. So if you do know, in the comments down below, go ahead and put that down. Now, this individual right here, super excited about this guy as well. We know he's from the Huanglong faction or union. We'll get to that here in just a second, but you can see his forte clearly right on his chest right here. Now, I don't know if this guy is overclocking, or if his forte's getting a little out of control, or if this is just whatever this individual is, like his type of species or mix, or what his background is. We'll just have to get maybe an archive of this guy, which would be great. And I think his name is Bayer, or Bayer. Once again, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but I believe that's what his name is, because we've seen him before in the story of the technical test. We just haven't seen any gameplay up until this preview, and we're going to go ahead and jump into that. So he's a dual pistol user, which is really cool. I think when you're building a team, it's going to be nice to have a mixture of long range and close combat. We'll have to see, but right there you can tell he's from Huanglong because of the symbol right there on his iPad, if you want to call it an iPad. Once again, great character design, and a dual pistol user. If we go ahead and move up a little bit. So there we go. Dual pistols, very, very clean animations, some big attacks. We'll have to see what his passive is. That's the skill right there. Skill right there. And then the ult. Now with the ult, you can't see the forte glow because his arm's over it, but you can see that he actually, with his ult, uses the lighter. He flicks the lighter, and then it pops the ult. Nice little touch right there. And then with the ult, he's able to then do more damage because he's able to attack more often. You can see that the dragons, or whatever that entity is, or spirit, is flying out as he's doing bullets also. We'll have to see what his passive is above his health bar, but really cool stuff. Just want to go and notate that. Really, really cool stuff right there. And then I'm not sure what he is. I'm not sure if he's going to be Havoc, because it's very similar to Danjin, or if he's going to be Fusion. I'm not too sure. It could be either or. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, or if you have confirmation of that, let me know in the comments down below. That'd be great. Then they show Jiyan, and we already know a lot about Jiyan, so we don't really have to see anything there. And really the last notable thing that I wanted to go ahead and point out is just this individual right here that we don't have any information on. So we know he's been teased, but we haven't received any reveal for this individual, and I'm not sure what his name is, but obviously he's of the wind or cloud or some type of element in that nature. Very, very cool, by the way, in terms of his animation right here and the way they presented him. We just haven't received a reveal for him yet, and hopefully we do relatively soon. That'll be great, but I'm gonna assume he's from the Black Shores because he was, you know, teased with Anki, and Anki is from the Black Shores, so I'm gonna assume he's from the Black Shores Union or faction, and we'll have to just wait and see and get some more background information on him, his gameplay, and what he's going to be doing. But he's also been a fan favorite on a few memes already within the community, so he's just a really cool character overall. Seems like he has a great personality. He's going to connect with a lot of people, and has a great design overall. So really cool character. We just need more information, and hopefully that'll be revealed here relatively soon. But that was about it. I mean, other than that, everything else was pretty straightforward from what we've seen. The bosses, you know, you can dissect the boss fights, but they're going to be phases, and they're all going to be not the same, I want to say, but they're all going to have similarities. So other than that, that is just about everything that I was able to find within this preview that I can dissect. Once again, if you guys see anything additional, let me know in the comments down below. It'd be greatly appreciated, and let me know what other type of videos you guys would like to see here on the channel for Wuthering Waves. I'd be more than happy to do that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. You call me further. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.